This is my group speech apart with two other people. It's going to be about childhood obesity and how to solve it. In 2015, the Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance System was 13.9% of high school students were obese, and 16 additional percent they were obese and overweight. Um, the state obesity rates among high schools range from a low 10.3% in Montana to 18.9 in Mississippi. 18.9 is a huge rate for Mississippi or any state. The childhood obesity has both immediate and long-term effects. Um, Obese youth are more likely to have risk factors of cardiovascular disease such as high cholesterol and high blood pressure. In the population-based sample, 5 to 17-year-olds, 70% of these were obese, um, which they had a risk factor of cardiovascular disease. Obese adolescents are more likely to have prediabetes, in a condition where the blood glucose levels indicate a high risk for the development of later on diabetes. Um, in my family, we have to watch very closely for me because my grandparents and my parents have diabetes, so I have to keep on watching my blood levels and glucose levels to make sure I'm not going to be a pre-diabetic. Um, Children and adolescents who are obese are at greater risk for bone and joint problems, sleep apnea, and social and psychological problems such as poor self-esteem. You see a lot of people in our area in eastern Kentucky who have very low self-esteem because they are obese or heavier and can be overweight, and it affects your mindset if you are. Also, the long-term effects are the children and adolescents who are obese. They're usually going to be obese as adults, and therefore they have risks such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, several types of cancer, and osteoarthritis. Um, Overweight and obesity are associated with increased risk for many types of cancers, including cancer of the breast, colon, kidney, pancreas, gallbladder, thyroid, ovaries, cervix, and prostate, as well as many others. Childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents in the past 30 years. The percentage of children aged 6 through 11 in the United States who were increased from 7% in 1980 to nearly 18% in 2012. In 2012, more than one-third of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. Overweight is defined as having excess body weight for a particular height, fat, muscle, bone, water, and combination of these factors. Obesity is defined as having excess body fat. Overweight and obesity are results of caloric imbalance, too few calories, impedance for the amount of calories consumed, and are affected by various genetic, behavioral, and environmental factors. Um, we will also be talking about how to take precautions and how to solve childhood obesity early on in the stage. And so this is my part about the introduction and some statistics on childhood obesity.
Our nation's children are facing an epidemic. This could be the first generation where children live sicker and die younger than their parents' generation. 1 out of every 5 children are obese or overweight. This is 3 times the amount as there were in 1980, according to the Center of Disease Control. Childhood obesity occurs when a child is way over their normal rate for their height and weight, determined by their BMI. Children are at higher chances of becoming obese because of genetics. Children also become obese when they don't get proper exercise or nutrients that they need. When children are raised without importance of exercise, they carry that with them through their adult years. Obese children have greater chances of developing heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or even a stroke. Psychiatric problems may occur as well. Family and schools play a huge role in children's health. Family support is very important. When parents practice healthy lifestyles, typically children will follow suit and carry that with them through their adulthood. If a child sees you eating an apple rather than a cake, they are most likely to follow the same direction as you're doing and carry that with them through their adult years. Parents need to plan fitness activities for children, limit TV time, and show them proper ways to get exercise. No calories are burnt watching TV and snacking all day. Schools lately seem to provide nutritious snacks and fruits and veggies, so when your child is not under your watch, they can still practice healthy lifestyles. Schools are trying to promote a healthy lifestyle, and this is what our nation needs in order to reduce the risk of obesity.
Hello. For the group speech, I will be talking about what we need to avoid to help prevent childhood obesity. Okay, eating after 8 o'clock. Kids today like to eat late. They like to eat stuff such as chips, cookies, pop, cakes, any kind of sweet, and they love to eat out late, like fast food restaurants. Kids don't realize that when they ingest that stuff, it lays heavy on their stomach of a night and it puts more weight on them. Eating after 8 o'clock is not good because, like I said, you lay down and you put some more weight on you. If a kid wants to eat after 8, they need to eat something light, like some kind of fruit, vegetable, drink water, something light that won't lay heavy on their stomach and put so much weight on. Because that's why we see so much childhood obesity today, is because of the food that these kids are eating, and kids aren't getting enough healthy food like they should. Artificial and processed foods. Okay, for example, fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants are a go to for many people anymore. I see people out every day eating food that I know in a restaurant. Fast food restaurants is not a good go to because that stuff is fattening. If you eat that stuff every single day, it's going to put more weight on you than you realize. A home cooked meal is so much better than eating out every day. Like going to McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, Wendy's, that's not healthy for you because all that is fattening and oily foods, and it puts more weight on kids, especially children. Because I see children out all the time that just eat constantly out, and it's causing more damage to them than it's helping them. And artificial and processed foods are not good foods for you. They are fattening, and they put more weight on you, and they're not good for you. They can cause a lot of health problems. And childhood obesity causes. Eating those foods cause a lot of health problems to those kids more than they realize. As they get older, if they keep on gaining weight, they're going to have problems. Um, Electronic time versus more active time. Okay, kids anymore, they don't get out and exercise and be active. They're too addicted to their phones, or too addicted to their games, or they are addicted to their TV. Kids lay around every single day just sitting there playing a game on their TV, playing their phone, and they don't realize if they don't get that active time, it just keeps putting more weight on them. Kids need to be outside playing, enjoying their childhood instead of sitting in front of the TV every single day watching TV, playing games on your phone. More active time helps eliminate the weight too, because, like I said, if you sit around all day long playing games, it's going to put weight on you. No, you don't have to eat to put weight on you. Just laying around not being active will put weight on you. And if kids don't have a TV or a phone in front of them, they're not satisfied. Kids don't want to be active anymore. And if kids were more active, we would see a decrease in childhood obesity, um, because that is one of the most common factors of childhood obesity is kids spending more time on electronics than getting active outside. So if more kids were active and spent less time on their electronics, it would decrease childhood obesity, just like not eating after 8 o'clock and all these artificial and processed foods. If kids would stop eating so much of that and switching to a healthier diet with fruits and vegetables and drinking water, no pop, we would see a decrease in childhood obesity.
My name is Andrew Ross, and I'm doing the conclusion for my group speech. Going back to what Lakin said, in 2015, 13.9% of students in high school are obese, and 16% added to that are obese and overweight. That's a pretty high percentage if you look at it, like in a high school or in an elementary school. That many kids are either overweight and obese, or going to be obese. And it comes with eating habits. It comes with them being active. Kayla mentioned that they're spending way too much time on their phone, um, on their TV. The technology. Kids are just wrapped up in it nowadays. I mean, there's so much to do on technology. It's hard not to be. But parents still need to instill that motive to be active. When if parents teach them to be active, going outside, doing things like that, they'll carry that. They'll continue to be. And he said, um, that kids are eating way too much fast food. And I would have to agree with that. And I'm a victim of it myself. It's so much easier to just run through McDonald's and get something, but I mean, that adds on. I mean, I can go through 3 fast food restaurants a day without even blinking an eye. It gets to the point where it really does become unhealthy. One time every once in a while is not that big of a deal, but you can just develop a habit in doing that. And Caitlin said that genetics are the biggest factor in becoming obese, and I can see that. You'll see big parents, overweight parents, and then their kids. They're just as overweight. And I think that there's genetics in that, but I think that the lifestyle that the parents live, the children see that, and they want to live like their parents. They look up to their parents, so they do whatever their parents do, whether it be, going through fast food restaurants, whether it be going to the grocery store and buying, 5 things of Little Debbie's, or if, they eat healthy. On the other side of that, if you see healthy parents, more than likely you'll see, healthy children. It's something that needs to be, instilled in the parents and even in the children's minds, that health is a very big factor on how we live, on how long we live, what we do in our life. It's an important part. Being healthy, you can accomplish more things than you can be, overweight. And if you're healthy, if your body's healthy, then more than likely your mind will be healthy. You can stay on track. You can do so much more things.